Hey, y'all, my name's Michelle, and let me spill the tea about the most exciting yet craziest damn night of my whole life. It was this quiet Saturday evening, and I was just laying there in bed, staring up at the ceiling like a total space cadet. My husband Harry was off on this long-ass business trip for the next 3 months, so I was feeling hella lonely. It had already been 2 whole weeks since I last saw his face, and the house felt way too empty, ya know? Suddenly, the sound of my bedroom door creaking open snapped me right back to reality. I wasn't alone anymore. I sat up quick, heart pounding, and there he was, this figure standing in the doorway. My 18-year-old son Isaac was gripping the door frame tight, looking all kinds of messed up. He called out to me real soft, and right then I knew something was seriously wrong. "What's the matter, baby?" I asked. But he didn't answer right away. He just stood there frozen like a deer in headlights at first. Then he finally stepped inside the room, moving like he was scared shitless of something. "I couldn't get to sleep," he said quietly, barely above a whisper. I knew damn well something heavy was bothering him. Kid doesn't show up in my room at 1:30 in the morning for no reason. My chest tightened up, and I scooted to the edge of the bed. "What's going on, sweetie?" I asked him gently. He paused for a sec, then sat down on the edge of the bed right next to me. His back was all slumped over, hands fidgeting like crazy in his lap. He just stared at the floor the whole time. "Isaac, you know you can talk to me about anything, right? I'm here for you, no matter what," I said, trying to sound as comforting as possible. He let out this shaky sigh, and finally mumbled, "It's hard for me to explain. I haven't been feeling the same lately, and I don't know what the hell to do." His words made me feel all uneasy inside, but I kept my voice calm and asked, "What do you mean by that, honey?" Then he hit me with this intense look that I wasn't ready for at all. "It's about someone I can't stop thinking about. Someone you would never expect." When he said that, I actually felt a little relieved at first. My brain went straight to thinking he had a big crush on some girl at school and was too shy to handle it. "He's always been the type to bottle everything up until it blows up, okay?" I said. "Who's the lucky lady? Someone from school?" He shook his head real fast. "No." "Then who is she?" I asked. He took a deep breath, looked me dead in the eyes, and said in this trembling voice, "It's you, Mom." When those words hit me, I thought I was gonna straight up pass out. No bullshit, I couldn't believe what I just heard. I couldn't think, couldn't speak for a hot minute. I had to try and make sense of it. "Isaac, what the hell are you saying?" I asked, totally in shock. He jumped up and started pacing the room like a caged animal, running his hand through his hair, all nervous. "I know it's wrong as fuck, but I can't help how I feel," he finally said. "I've tried ignoring this shit for the longest time, but it won't go away. It's always there, eating at me." My heart was beating faster than a drum. I just sat there staring at him. As I started to say something, he cut me off. "Don't tell me these feelings aren't real. I've never felt this way about anybody else. It's not just some dumb crush, or me admiring you, it's way deeper than that. Isaac, what you're feeling isn't love," I said, trying to stay level-headed. "Yes it is," he hollered, voice cracking. "You're the only one who's ever really understood me and made me feel like I got any self-worth. If that ain't love, then I don't know what the fuck is." I tried to process everything he was pouring out. Even though I knew I couldn't reciprocate right then, something deep inside me felt a weird spark of excitement. Maybe I just didn't want to admit it yet, so I pushed it down. "You're just confused and going through a ton of emotions right now," I told him. "I'm not confused at all," he shot back. "I've never been more sure of anything in my damn life." He turned and faced me, eyes full of unshed tears, jaw clenched tight so he wouldn't cry. At that moment, I could feel how bad he was attracted to me, and part of me didn't want to turn away. But as his mom, I knew I had to step up and take responsibility. I decided to ignore that spark. "These feelings will pass, baby," I told him gently. "What if they don't pass?" he asked. "What if this is exactly how I'm supposed to feel?" For a second I couldn't even speak. Then I said we'd figure it out together and get through this shit. He stared at me for a long-ass time. "I just don't want to lose you," he whispered. "You won't," I said, squeezing his hand. "No matter what, I'll always be here for you." Then I added, "Why don't you sleep here with me tonight? Maybe that'll help you feel better." He nodded, and we both climbed under the covers. I laid there with my arms wrapped around him. I felt something poking against me, but I didn't say a word about it. Instead, I just whispered, "Good night, sweetie." He smiled at me, and we lay there in the quiet together. Deep down, I knew there'd be another night like this, and it'd probably end way different. That night nothing happened, but I could feel more shit coming. It was in the air. The morning after Isaac dropped that bomb, it still didn't feel real. I started doing chores around the house, hoping the busy work would distract my ass. But my hands were shaking the whole time, and my mind was racing with questions I couldn't answer. The sound of a chair scraping in the kitchen pulled me back. Isaac was sitting at the table, staring into a bowl of soggy cereal. His hair was a mess, and he had major exhaustion written all over his face. Clearly neither of us had slept for shit. I broke the silence first. "Good morning, honey." He looked up and mumbled, "Morning," real low. I poured myself a big cup of coffee and sat down across from him. For a minute we just sat there, the air thick as hell with tension. I was the first to bring it up. "About last night," I started, but he cut me off. I meant every word I said. "That's just how it is." I closed my eyes and took a deep breath, trying to keep my cool. "Even though you're being real with me, this isn't something we can act on," I told him. He shifted in his chair, looking pissed. "Why the hell not?" he asked, frustrated as fuck. I searched for the right words. "Because it's about doing what's right for everybody involved. This could hurt both of us bad." He clenched his jaw and looked away. "I don't want to hurt you," he said quietly. "I know you don't," I replied, reaching across the table to hold his hand. "That's exactly why we gotta find a way to move past this. I don't know if I can, but I'll try," he whispered. The days after that were a total blur. When we were around each other, we'd try to have normal conversations, but Isaac mostly kept his distance. He'd stay locked up in his room or bounce out of the house a lot. I kept telling myself it was for the best and it'd help him sort his head out. But damn, I really missed him. Even though we'd still sleep in the same bed, sometimes there was this weird distance between us. One evening, while I was prepping dinner, Isaac walked into the kitchen. "There's something I want to talk to you about," he started. "Okay, shoot," I said. "I've realized I'd rather have you in my life as just my mom than nothing at all. I don't want to lose you," he said. I was so damn relieved, felt like a weight lifted off my chest. "You don't have to worry about losing me," I told him. "It's just really hard," he replied. I stepped closer and pulled him into a big hug. "It'll take time, but you'll get through this. I'll help you any way I can," I reassured him. The tension eased up, and he thanked me. For the first time in days, I felt like things might finally be okay. Isaac started joining me for meals again, and we hung out like old times. One evening he was chilling on the couch in the living room, staring at the TV. I joined him and asked if he was good. He just shrugged. "Yeah, just thinking." "About what?" I asked. "I'm always thinking about us," he admitted. That gave me a knot in my stomach. "Isaac, I thought we moved past this," I said. "I'm trying. But it ain't that simple," he replied. "We gotta keep working on this for both our sakes," I told him. "But have you ever thought about what it'd be like if we were actually together?" he asked. His question totally caught me off guard. "Don't lie to me," he said firmly. Even though I had thought about it, I wasn't sure I should admit it. "It doesn't matter if I thought about it or not. All that matters is doing the right thing," I said. His face dropped into sadness, and he stood up. "I'm going out." "Where you headed?" I asked. "Just for a walk," he said, and walked out the door.